I'm the handicapped hero, Gregory Iron, the only professional wrestler with cerebral palsy and the only backstage interviewer at Top Tier Wrestling with cerebral palsy. And this is Backstage with Blackfly. And today I have another very special guest, someone that doesn't do a lot of interviews like this. So it is an honor and a pleasure to sit with someone that I've known since her start. Abadon. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Oh, you're shooting me connect?
I'm tired.
Yeah. How was your travel?
It was good. It was long.
Where are you living now?
Austin, Texas.
Okay. Wow. What took you to Austin?
So after I'd gotten signed, Dustin had mentioned about opening a school. So in my brain, it was like, oh, I should probably go train with him.
Yeah. Did you grow up in Colorado?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so that's where I met you first, back at Rocky Mountain, and you were just getting your feet wet. I was around for some seminars that you were involved with, and
sure were.
Some hard times on occasion. What was it that got you into pro wrestling and led you to finding training and wanting to become a pro wrestler?
I mean, I personally love wrestling since I was like 3 or 4 years old. My mom and dad are big fans, and my mom wanted to be like Shawn Michaels, but got pregnant with me.
Okay.
So, I mean, she chased all the wrestlers around all the time when she was young. But I don't know, they watched it all the time, and instantly, like, obviously, you watch what your parents are watching, and then I stopped watching in like 2007. And then came back in like 2016 when I had seen Asuka for the first time.
Okay.
And then randomly my sister was like, hey, I train right now. And I was like, you what? You what? And then I went and paid the fees and never looked back.
Did you ever do anything athletic before pro wrestling? Because for me personally, like everyone would question my determination, my ability to do it because of my disability, having cerebral palsy. But for me, that wasn't the fear as much as like I didn't get into sports. I had never done anything athletic in my life, and I was like, boy, if I suck at this, it's going to change my perception of like this one thing that kept my mind on all positive through my whole life. So like, were you an athlete before wrestling?
Yeah, I did like volleyball, and I wrestled in high school for a little bit.
Okay, so like, how was that transition into pro wrestling? Because it's, I think it's more physical than definitely I expected, right?
Oh, I think a lot of people expect it to be, oh, this is gonna be easy. You're just jumping around on like a trampoline. Yeah. It's not.
What was the hardest thing for you to pick up when you started?
Looking from the end.
I think for me it was definitely psychology based on my trainer taught me the basics, but not why you do certain things. And then once I was working with people that were explaining the why to certain things, I was able to apply them in different areas and make it more sense in other ways. If that
I think mine was very similar because psychology I didn't quite trying to understand, like, I was like, I just want to do these big moves, right? I was like, these are cool, I could do that, and it turns out you can't do, you gotta know your limitations.
Sure.
But I mean, the first thing I picked up really well was bumping. I bumped my ass off all the time. That's why within 3 months I was on shows for our Rocky Mountain Pro. And, but I think I struggled a lot with like, why am I placing this here? Why does it, like, what's the meaning for it? How do I make it bigger? Trying to understand that. Nowadays, with Dustin's help, it's been like I've been doing this for it'll be 8 years this year.
Wow.
My body. I don't know. He's moving to Texas is probably the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially working with someone like Dustin. Like it feels like he's at this point timeless, right? I feel like he's always getting better and just a wealth of knowledge. And he's been doing it since like what, 89? That's crazy.
I mean, he also has no problem with evolution either. Like he's like, you have to evolve in this business and be able to, to keep up, as he says. And I think that's great because did you ever think you'd see Dustin Rose do a Canadian Destroyer?
No. But he's in like a rare breed of people that I would put with like. There's Dustin, there's like Ricky Morton, you know what I mean? Like he has enough sense to change with the times, and he's not around anymore, but Tracy Smothers, rest in peace, like what a guy. Did you ever meet Tracy?
I did not.
One of my all-time favorite people. If you ever get bored, watch Tracy Smothers in like the NWA, WCW, and then watch some of his late 30s stuff. What a guy.
Okay.
He's amazing. The character. How early did you have an idea for the character, and has it evolved from what you originally thought it would be?
So it didn't change much. I've always been into like super hardcore goth stuff, or like a lot of horror films growing up, and I knew, like, I'd seen Luna Vachon, I was like, that. I was like, she didn't look like anybody else on that roster at the time. And then, like, I'd seen Lita, and I was like, oh, she's different. And, like, there was China, right? And then I saw, you know, Goldust, very different, Boogeyman, you know. I was like, okay, how do I want to do something kind of similar. And I'm very obsessed with the movie The Crow. So, like, my gimmick originally was, like, very Crow-based. But then, like, you know, as I got older, things like, you know, Marilyn Manson, and then I was like, oh, Resident Evil is, like, one of my favorite video games. Like, originally, like, after I, like, thought about it for a little bit, it started really focusing on, I'm just Nemesis. And I was like, how do I translate that with the looks visually? Because at first I was told, like, oh, you got to be physically appealing. And I'm like, why? I don't want to do that. It's not what I had in mind. I definitely, like, growing up, thought, like, it had to be more visually appealing because, like, you know, sex sells, and that's what was on television at the time, like, with what we had seen. But then I just was like, nah, fuck it. I'm fucking weird. I just gonna go with it.
Look, I've found, like, when you're a kid, it seems like you can't be weird because it's like, oh no, I don't want to be weird. You're the weird guy. That seems wrong. But I felt like, and I'm sure you find the same, leaning into the things that make me weird have led me to the greatest success in my life. Staying true to yourself, even when hypothetically you do a seminar and someone buries everything you do the whole time, right? And they shit on your thing. And, like, look, I can see, this comes from a real example. We're not going to go into detail about it, but, like, so this person that may or may not have been burying you during a seminar, I feel like it was coming from a place of bitterness, but also trying to look at something from another perspective. There are a lot of very poopy, unsuccessful, scary characters, right? So but I feel like you've done a great job in, like, making your character stand out and be unique and intimidating, and I think you have a great social media presence. And like was there any strategy as far as, like, what you post on social media? Because for a long time you didn't do things like this. You never showed your face on the internet. Like, was that all part of, like, the marketing of the character?
I think once my contract had expired with AEW, I was like, how do I evolve from here? How do I market myself both into the things that I love outside of wrestling, but still keep it involved? And then I think just, like, opening up a little bit more, because I'm a very private person, and I know how we all know how the internet is.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are just so damn nosy that I shut everybody out. I didn't want anything to do with it. But now I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'll just open up a little bit more. I feel like I've opened up just a little too much, so I'm kind of, like, closing it back a little bit more. But I don't know, I feel like it was a good move to do afterward.
Since the change, what is the best DM or fan interaction you've had? And then give me, you don't have to give me the creepiest DM, but give me the weirdest DM that is appropriate for this interview. And I'm sure you have a lot of them. Let's go inspirational first, though.
Okay, so I think definitely one of the coolest ones was at in Texas at a Metroplex Wrestling, not to put over another company, but it's Athena's. I had a fan come up to me, and they let me know they're in the same boat as being non-binary as I am, but they are male presenting, whereas I have the female presenting. And it was just like a really good conversation was had, and it made me feel like I'm doing something right, regardless of, people, crapping on me for whatever reason that may be. But it was just like, it felt really nice to be like, okay, I am doing something.
Yeah.
This is speaking to people, because I feel like everybody these days is so worried about being so, like, pitch perfect on everything that I'm like, well, I mean, why?
Yeah. And representation is so incredibly important, because you probably don't realize it now, but one day someone is going to start doing wrestling or doing something that they might not have done otherwise, because you had the courage to do it first. And I think that's powerful. That's bigger than wrestling.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that.
What's the weirdest thing I've known?
Oh, God. I get a lot of necrophilia.
Okay. Very Kane and Katie Vick for the wrestling audience. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, no.
Or Ted Bundy. I think it's Ted Bundy would be the more correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like what is the message? What does the message look like?
Very similar to saying just like, oh, I'd love to know what a dead body feels like. Those kinds of things.
Okay, but they don't realize you're not dead, or they want you unalive. Okay.
I've also had people sniff me because there's a certain person that we won't name who likes to crap on everything. Not just me, but everything that's AEW or WWE, I think. We all know his name. He's quite popular.
Mm-hmm.
Said something about me like looking like I smell bad or like I look whatever, and I was like, okay. And I've had people literally like, they're like, can I have a, like, they'll do like a side hug thing, and I'm like, sure. And then I've been sniffed, and I'm like, well, why?
Inappropriate.
Very.
Not necessary.
Don't do that to me.
Boundaries. Incredibly important. I love a good fan interaction, but that makes a good interaction back.
Yes.
Very awkward and uncomfortable. You mentioned Luna.
Yes.
Have you ever gotten any good Luna stories out of Dustin that you can share?
Oh, that I can share?
Yes.
Probably not what I can share.
I have to get rid of her. I met her once briefly back in 2007. She was amazing.
Yeah, no, he said that she was just crazy awesome. She's just crazy. And she just believed in everything that she did.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is lacking these days with people who want to do scary gimmicks or very out there gimmicks. I feel like you have to really believe it. And the thing is, like, I look like this on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
This isn't, it's just myself.
So, and like, tell me if you can understand this. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the scary characters in wrestling are based on 2008 Heath Ledger Joker. And
yes.
I feel like, because that is a good character, but because so many poopy people like that character now, it's like embarrassing to proudly like Heath Ledger's Joker, and it's ruining it for everybody. There's too much Heath Ledger Joker in pro wrestling.
Yes, the first thing I did was, I was like, oh yeah, the Heath Ledger, and then I was just like, wait, no, I cannot.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. It's like also people do the Harley Quinn thing.
Yeah.
Please pick a different one.
There's a lot of choices out there.
There is. I feel like everybody goes like, and everyone's like, oh, you're just being like a super scary dark character. Everybody does that, and I'm like, does everybody do it, or does everybody like think they can do it?
Right. It's not important.
Correct.
But you got the right idea. It's like, if you believe it, then the audience will believe it, and that separates you from the bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also helps. Like, I genuinely love like alternative style. You know, I listen to a lot of like metal and everything, and I love like Japanese rock and fashion and like horror films and all that stuff. I think that, you know, I actually genuinely like all that stuff. It's not just like, oh, let me just put on a costume and go play fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, nah, you're getting the real deal, but I just amp it up a little bit.
Sure. So tonight, you're at Top Tier. Yet to happen, but I can't wait to watch it. It's a dream match of sorts between two great, compelling, sort of spooky characters. It's going to be you versus Su Yung, and I got to imagine this is a match you wanted for a long time.
Yes.
What is that going to look like for you, and what do you like about Su Yung?
I feel like Su Yung and I are quite kindred spirits in the sense of how we view wrestling. Because it's not really a gimmick for her either, I don't believe. We'll find out tonight if it is.
Watch out for that mist.
I ain't afraid of the mist.
Okay, I'm just letting you know though, because I mean, like, you're wearing black, you'll be fine. I had to wrestle Su Yung once in a Slim Jim death match, and I had brand new white boots, and I wasn't thinking. She got me with the mist, and everyone's always asking me to this day, why do you have red blood on your boots? It's not. It's mist from Su Yung. So just try to avoid that. It's not great.
We'll see what it tastes like.
Oh, wow. All right, that's... Didn't expect that one. Top Tier in general, your experience has been well. What has your experience been like in front of Canada crowds? Are you pumped?
Yeah.
Good audience here at Top Tier.
I feel like, I mean, I've worked a couple shows. I even had a couple AEW shows out here, and they were great. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the Canadian girls just love wrestling.
Yeah, they do. They're always hot here in Ontario. One last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. During your time in AEW, what was the most important thing you learned during that experience? Because you got the opportunity to work with and be around a lot of legendary performers in wrestling. In a short amount of time, too, considering how long you've been wrestling.
Oh God, yeah, a year and some change, and then boom, there.
Yeah.
It was like skyrocketed. I was like, hello. That wrestling is hard, but there's so much knowledge out there. I was given so much information in a short period of time. I can't even pinpoint like what exactly like is like the most, but like learning from people like Orange Cassidy, Kenny Omega, certain things, like everyone's got a different style to how they wrestle, and it's not inherently wrong. And you can take pieces of advice from people and apply it to how you're going to stylize your wrestling, and it doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that was like probably one of the coolest things was just all their stories and how they did stuff, and the mistakes they made, and then how they made it where they are.
Yeah.
It was just really cool experience.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I was super pumped that you got that experience. I'm super pumped to see you for the first time in forever. Thank you for talking to me for a little bit, and I guess we'll end this with, if you had a piece of advice for the weirdos out there that feel different, like they're all alone, they have a dream, how do they attain that dream? What do they got to do?
What they gotta do?
What do they got to do?
You gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Ain't no one else gonna believe in you but you.
That's true.
No one believed in anything that I was gonna do. I told people from when I was like really young this I was gonna be a professional wrestler, and I did it. Everybody was like, "No, you're not. This is a pipe dream." Girl, bye.
Yeah. Do you believe in manifestation?
Yes.
You say it and it just kind of like happens. I don't know if I necessarily believe in that for the longest time, but I feel like being me, despite what people say, and then saying it out loud, even if I wasn't really sure of it, it kind of made shit happen for me. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like you put out what you get back, right? Like if you're constantly negative, and I mean, we all have mindsets where we end up in a space where it's really hard to get out of. But if you can really just, even just small daily affirmations, I think can really help. Because I mean, gosh, when I started wrestling and it was like, 50, 60-hour work weeks, but I was also going to training 4 to 5 times a week. I didn't sleep. I was driving an hour and 15 minutes to training, and then an hour 45 to home. Like, if you want it bad, like I feel, if it's not even just has to be wrestling, but it could be anything that you're going for. If you want it bad enough to make it happen.
I talk about that so often now because for me, in July it'll be 20 years. Okay, I'm really aging myself here. And I look back and I like listen to songs sometimes, and I think about those times that I slept on a floor, or slept in my car, or slept on some random person's waterbed with a dog growling at me the whole time while I tried to sleep, and got paid nothing, got hurt, wrestled hurt, traveled hurt.
Wrestling hurts.
It sucks, but like I did it, and I feel like sometimes people feel like it's good enough to just show up. But you have to want to do those hard things, even if they suck, to some extent, as much as you want the success at the end of it all, right? Like, does that make sense? Because now I think about those days, and I get emotional now thinking about like, man, I did that, and it turned out okay. I feel like in the moment it feels like, oh, why did I choose this? But like, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, no, it sucked, but I also would say like, that's one thing I will say to wrestlers is, I don't care if it's your first show, get paid. Don't wrestle for free.
Yeah.
Taz also said it. I think he recently made a post online about it.
Sure.
I was like, hell yeah.
You gotta know your worth.
You do.
That became an argument on social media between me and someone. So like, I'm not saying that like you shouldn't get paid anything, but like, it's like a growing process, right? Because I don't know, like you have to also, as you're
I
progressing.
got paid $20 my first match. I was like, gas money.
$5 after 9 months of nothing, and I remember like someone handed me $5, like the brother.
Yeah, you're all like,
bill, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And I went over the corner. I drove 3 hours, and then I looked and I went, $5, and then I was like, this is the best day of my life. And it didn't even cover tolls, but like now if someone gave me $5, I'd be like, okay, we have an issue. But like in that moment, it felt like I fought for it. And I earned it.
That's how it was $20, but man, that paid for gas that day and Taco Bell.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
What's the Taco Bell order?
Listen, nowadays, because they didn't have it at the time, it's that Cantina chicken burrito.
Okay.
With the avocado ranch. Although I can't have it too much because, you know, Taco Bell does things to people's bodies.
It does. It does. It's not fresh. No. Maybe a Baja Blast. You settle for a Baja Blast. No?
I do Pepsi.
Okay.
And nacho fries.
Nacho fries.
Those fries are dang.
Sometimes I will order a pizza and then go out of my way to Taco Bell just to have nacho fries with the pizza.
You're wild, but
I am a crazy person. And this has been
like a pregnant lady.
This has been, maybe it's a cerebral palsy. I don't know. But,
Maybe.
But this has been a lovely discussion. I'm sorry I kept you for so long, but please forgive me.
I gotta ask the beat.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been great. Thank you for your time. If someone wanted to contact you and not send a creepy message, how do they do that?
You can email me at bookabadonhere@gmail.com.
All right, sounds good. Hope to see you again soon in Canada and in other areas.
Sure will.
Hefty handshake. Brother, brother, sister, sister. All right.